to kill.
And suddenly Invictus Gaming bite back right there. Huge shutdown into the pockets of Akali of all things. And this is massive because while you have this Vayne, while she's getting so much attention, so many resources from Jankos, I'll hold it.
Oh, nice pull there. Ning not able to find the Sonic Wave, just goes for the Dragon's Rage anyway, not going to get much from that one. The Shy going in, going forward. Sonic Wave doesn't even need the resonating strike. And Wonder will have to walk away as Caps falls into a pool of blood.
They will get down and dirty with you, G2. You must respect Invictus Gaming when they come to skirmish. With this Akali, who's going to win out in a late game? A hyper-fed Akali versus the 80 carry of the Vayne. My bet's on the Akali.
Yeah, I think I'll agree with you on that one. Let's take another look at how all the craziness started.
All right, Yanka's going to go in. They're trying to 2v1 at the beginning, but the first teleport is that of Invictus Gaming, and it is the Shy who arrives. Huge burst damage, but we're back out onto the field.
Meanwhile, bottom side, it's Perks nearly killed here. Bellon and Jackie Love looking to maybe make something else happen. Rookie making his way down into the fight now. Thick Skin going to be keeping Mickey X alive for a little bit longer, but it's a nice play to frog legs for IG's mid lane.
Invictus Gaming completely controlling the pace of the game now, turning the tides of these fights with the extra members joining and getting those victories in the small skirmishes.
Yeah, and starting to shore up some of the CS disadvantages that they were at. Jackie Love just still slightly behind Perks, but everywhere else on the map, it's feeling very good for IG. Collectively as a team, they are ahead than G2's Jankos.
All right, take another look at how this happened down bottom side. Balen went all in on Perks. They're able to get him down. He flashes away, but as you know, Rookie comes down the river. Mickey X has nowhere else to go, and that's all she wrote.
Rookie trying to find himself a kill there. Perks has been saved multiple times now by Mickey X and the Tahm Kench Devour. Of course, that's when you grab the champion for, but Mickey X, just this guy who's always on point for the side of G2.
I want to take a break because we're going to have a little bit of action.
There's no break to take. Jackie Love manages to outplay Caps underneath the turret.
Is that the O10 maneuver there?
That, I believe it has to be. Not what you want to see for the side of G2. Caps falls to 0-2 and 0 on this Vladimir. Rift Trail going to be summoned up here in the mid lane for G2, looking to knock down this mid lane tier 1 turret. Turret First Blood is still on the table. Getting that would manage to bring G2 back a little bit closer in this game. They are down almost 4K 16 minutes in.
Yeah, that was actually a very low value Rift Herald. There are no more turret plates left available, so it's just a chunk on a tower. And they weren't able to finish off the tower either, so no immediate reward at all. Meanwhile, Invictus Gaming getting that kill on the Caps as well as the Infernal Drake.
Mickey X going to be hurt up. Here's the counter initiation comes in. Ballon looking to lock down 3 different people. Wonder going to be taken very low. Ballon nearly falls, but Wonder's going to be taken out next. Mickey X cut to pieces. It's a double kill over to the Shy, and they're looking to make even more happen now. Jankos might be ahead, but they're looking to cut him down once more. Gets himself away just barely. Cap coming in. Empowered Transfusion won't do a lot. Invictus Gaming pick up 3 for nothing. They got a couple injured health bars, but that's not going to stop them from taking down the tier 1.
Everything that you thought was in doubt over that PvP game, throw it out the window. This is Invictus Gaming. They will get down and dirty with you, and you must respect them when they have these comfort picks. Baolan's Rakan, time and time again, finding these key engagements.
Everything that is important right now, keeping track of every single member of the enemy team. Here's another rerun of Caps going for the tower dive here. Protoblitz over the side. I don't believe I ever saw a pool go off.
Died without it.
And he instantly dies on the bottom side there, so Jackie Love happy to get that one, but here's the second replay, the Jarvan initiation into the Ballon lockup, and now we're back into another!
Meanwhile, in the mid lane, it's going to be Jackie Love in some trouble, going to be shut down as Caps gets himself on the board. He'll be taken pretty low. Rookie's going to grab the kill onto him as now Invictus Gaming makes their own counterattack. Ning goes on a rampage, taking down Perch. Mickey X is thrown up into the air, and he'll be taken down again as well. A double kill for Invictus Gaming's jungler. They may have lost their AD carry, but they'll find 3 in return.
And they've got control of the map once again. Bottom turret is extremely low here. The Shy going in on a Wonder.
Oh, this is not where this Vayne wants to find herself. The damage comes through. The Hex Drinker won't do a damn thing.
Not versus Sork Boots, Oblivion Orb, and the converted...
The Gunblade.
Gunblade.
It's grayed out. It's fine. It's hard to see.
He already used his bullets, it's fine. Taking stock of this game, because it feels like everything is on fire all of the time, and as I say that, we gotta see how the first fire happened.
Honestly, it's been a constant fire the entire game. 3-member dive from G2. They get capped with the big AoE. Perks following it right up there with the Nico, and they got the second root. But Rookie gets the kill onto Caps just barely. Ning healing off of it, and then with Baolon coming in with the shield, he doesn't go down. They finish up the second kill, and they're able to get down.
And it feels like time and time again, it's Invictus Gaming having the numbers advantage in the collapse. When we were talking about this game, we don't get a chance. There's no talking about this game. Just kills all the time.
There is never a chance to talk when it's G2 against IG. Pool comes out for Caps there, not making the same mistake as before. Barely escapes that last feather. He had to feel the wind from that one as he just barely walks away.
Yeah, it's completely Invictus Gaming all the way now. Big root here from Perks. Are they going to be able to get anything off of it, though?
Top lane Bane 0-3-0, even after having the help from Jankos there in the early game. 4-2-2 for the Shy's Akali. Wonder in some trouble yet again. Tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme. Akali against an 80 carry. Not quite, but the flash is going to seal his fate.
Teleport.
That's the Shy picking up one, but the cavalry has arrived. The Shy has no way out of this one. He'll surely fall to the collapse coming out from G2. They want to give the kill over to Caps. They'll do so, and that's his second of the game.
Yeah, he used everything going for that tower dive. We might continue, though, here. Jackie Love and Baolon getting some damage onto the turret as G2 rotate up. They do have the extra inside track, I guess, on trying to get up there. Tom Kench ultimate is available if they want to try and defend topside too.
And that's what it feels like. You want to see G2 kind of focus more about their sidelines, kind of get everything in a row and then look for these fights, try to rip Invictus Gaming around the map through their vision. That's how G2 normally win their games, but they're falling into the IG trap. They're trying to beat themselves to the punch, and they're not taking account of simple math. They don't have enough key members when they try to do it.
And IG is so far ahead in this game right now. Nearly 7,000 gold at 20 minutes is an absolutely massive lead. And let's take another look at how the Shy made this one happen.
Has a ward, so he's able to go right up to the corner, get the first burst damage onto Wonder. Then
follows him onto the tower, uses the flash, and tags him with that final.
Invictus Gaming constantly in the face of G2 Esports, pushing forward into the jungle, looking to cut off that vision, cut off that control over the map. They'll push on the tier 2 in the mid lane here now as well. Jankos will throw down that flag, but there's not a lot else he can do about it as G2 watches their fourth structure crumble.
And I want to point out how Invictus Gaming are hiding out with Rookie, trying to hunt and find where G2 are looking for that flank and denying them any opportunity for engagement.
Continuing to just throw those skill shots forward. It's dangerous to walk into your jungle when you're this far behind and your opponents have such good vision. It's doubly dangerous against a champion like Zoe that sets up the picks so phenomenally easily. And then even if you try to save someone who's in some trouble, if Baolon's hanging around, all of a sudden everyone gets engaged on and it goes from bad to worse. The Mountain Drake is up. You can see Ning working on that one right now. If the Fog of War disappears, he's in the pit. He'll secure that one easily for IG by himself. And considering we're past the 20-minute mark and IG's 7,000 gold ahead and a Mountain Drake is now in their pocket, Baron is a very real possibility.
The other big problem here for G2 is that this composition does not play well from behind. Rookie now is on the run. Caps flashes in for him.
Caps going very aggro on this one, but now the punish is potentially coming in from the Shy. Pool going to be popped there from Caps. Baolon also going to be showing his face. Goes in for the knockup. Able to find it only on the Mickey X. A good devour on the Caps. Going to be keeping him safe. But IG's now put themselves in a spot where they're going to be pushing into the top side.
Yeah, and G2 don't want to take this fight. If you peek at the items, they are not ready to do so. Yeah, Caps is hitting hard, but he was the beneficiary of some shutdown gold. Wonder is not in a good spot. He's got like the KFC variety bucket of items.
The double down for the Bane in the top side. Not exactly what you want to see, as Mickey X is only going to be seeing black and white for the next 30 seconds. He's going to be taken down. Ning going to go dominating, taking out Perks there on the backside. Jankos gets a return kill onto Baolon, but now Cap's going to be taken very low, nearly taken down. Jankos will be buried in the top lane along next to his friend, as the shutdown onto Ning will not mean much when Invictus Gaming is diving deep into the base, and it is an ace for IG.
It's more than that, it's a slaughter. That was between towers, and Invictus Gaming were styling on G2 at that point.
Just look at those angles from the Shy going for this dive. Invictus Gaming complete that dive emphatically and are able to take the turret afterwards.
This is not even close. Invictus Gaming, 9,000 gold ahead of their opponents right now. 7-3 on the Akali, 6-2 on the Lee Sin. The Zoe still hasn't died yet, These guys are just completely in control.
Yeah, G2 still looking for those plays, though, still looking for areas that they can go aggressive because they aren't going to win with this type of composition by sitting back and defending. You can't actually rely upon the farm for late style when you draft this way. They are, both teams, making League of Legends look extremely fun, though.
And I don't mean to be the Debbie Downer here, but I think G2 are in a spot where they're now depending on IG mistakes to win, because look at how the fights are with IG being this far ahead.
But that's totally fine because G2 like to try to force you to make mistakes and then capitalize them. Unfortunately, as we look at this replay, it was pretty much the exact opposite. Invictus Gaming said, you want to go toe-to-toe? We can do it. They collapsed again and then ripped them from the inside out.
Wonder, you can see, tries to get away here, thinking maybe I'll get out. The spooky ghost doesn't quite find him, but the Akali's even spookier. That far ahead means there's no escape for this Vayne. 0, 5, and 2. We always like to joke around about Vayne being full build when she hits Blade of the Ruined King and Ginsu's Rage Blade. Well, considering she's died 5 times, considering the build had to be delayed by the Hex Drinker, she's still only at half of that build. As Yankos goes in, but he's going to be killed immediately. Perk's going to find the damage, not quite going to get it onto Jackie Love, who goes into the Featherstorm, getting himself away. Wonder's able to find the kill onto Ning, but now more damage coming out. Wonder going to be taken low, but not taken down. Perk's grabbing the kill onto Jackie, as Caps will clean up Balon, and 3 die on IG.
G2 rewarded for continuing to look for those aggressive plays. The Shy's trying to make them pay for it here, but he won't be able to track down anyone, and G2 get out with only losing 1 member.
And they will not sit by and just watch themselves passively lose this game. They will continue to play forward and aggressive, and you're starting to see how this composition works. It's basically a Venn diagram of murder. Jarvan drops on one person, Nico drops on top of them, and then Vayne supposedly should be running around with Vladimir in the middle of that.
We got a big ult circle from Jarvan, we got a big ult circle from Vlad, and if those all overlap with the big ult circle from Nico, we've got success. But if they don't, IG's able to move forward like this. Wonder taken down to 1/3. Invictus Gaming still not scared. Even after losing 3 guys, the last 2 keep pushing.
It's looking more like a Jackson Pollock to me. Maybe some finger painting all over the place. Because this has been an insane match. Both teams still looking for it. G2 finally rewarded, for looking for one of those aggressive plays, and they've been able to fight back a little bit of the vision here around the Baron. Doesn't matter though. Invictus Gaming gonna burn that sucker down.
Yeah, talking about finding a little bit of vision around. They will drop the blue trinket there into the pit. They'll see the Baron at about half HP. Throwing another one in there now. It's down to 2K. It will be secured by the side of Invictus Gaming, but now where's the fight gonna go? Balon gonna be caught out here as Mickey X looks to protect Perk somehow. Balon has been killed. If IG tries to continue the fight, they are gonna be 4 versus 5, but the shot goes in a killing spree. No way! Yankos looks to find the kill. He's able to get the shutdown, but he will throw his life away for it. Cap tries to 1 versus 3. He's able to find himself a single kill, but also going to be shut down. Ning will not get the Sonic Wave onto the last standing member, and IG win the fight.
That's more like the Etch-a-Sketch. He's shaking the screen all over the place. The Shy finally goes down as Yankos is able to track him down, but in the end, there is still Baron buff on Ning and Jackie Love, so that means the objectives will go their way.
Yes, because that's what we're playing, objective League of Legends, but like you said, it's the mid lane tower, it's the bot lane tower, and it's still more gold that's going into the pockets of Invictus Gaming.
You guys remember before this game started,
yeah,
when I said that Invictus Gaming have the highest kills per minute in both LPL and all teams in MSI? They're averaging almost 1 kill per minute against G2.
I do want to say, though, G2 are a good assist to that stat right now. Like, I don't think this is just IG driving those numbers.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing all of the PvE take place after the PvP has already been sorted out.
The PvE means the enemy team is also the enemy. That's what PvE stands for in this game. I'm not seeing any PvE.
This is a record breaking, like, we're going to break some records right now. The only 2 teams that could do it is G2 and IG. Put them in the same game and watch what happens.
This is why we had to have the break, because we needed the sheer amount of insanity in this game to have everybody properly prepared for it. Let's take another look at the Baron and the subsequent fight.
All right, so on the top side of your screen, you can see Balon had already initiated on 3 members of G2, and they take him down. So G2 up 1 member when this all starts. But the Shy says, you know what? Let's even that up really quickly. flashes over this wall, realizes that there's already the Vayne over there, so he jumps back, and then the Condemn was in the air, I believe, adding that extra distance. Yanko still tracks him down on the Jarvan and is able to find that kill, but everyone else not so lucky.
And as we jump back to modern time, we can see Perkz nearly dead, has to go back into the spawn platform. Redemption artillery missile will not quite find the kill onto him, but that shows you exactly what the state of the game is right now. Ning going forward, looking to maybe find something. Yanko's going to be taking up everybody on the side of IG. Will be taken down about half. Gargoyle Stoneplate going to be wearing off. Wonder looking to find some damage into Balon. Caps into the back line of IG. Jackie Love going to be under threat. Balon taken down. Caps able to find themselves that first kill as the Shy goes on yet another killing spree. He's able to find himself a double kill. Looking to make it even more, as that is going to be the curtain call for G2. Invictus Gaming lose 1. They kill 5. They get 30 kills in 28 minutes. And IG will repeat their world's performance and take down G2.
Woo! Finishing this game in under 30 minutes. It was definitely action-packed from beginning to end. G2 even went down substantial gold. Still looking for these fights. Actually still coming out on top in a couple of them. But IG just way too good at this style.
And I love the ferocity of both teams here. And I just kind of want to echo this sentiment. If you want to take down Invictus Gaming, the games must look like this. This is the only tape we have when they do stumble
Maybe not exactly
in the
like
LPL. But it's this idea that you have to go tit for tat. You have to go toe to toe. You must fight fire with fire.
Well, that game had fire everywhere from start to finish, from both junglers paying so much attention towards the top side. That volatility exploded as the Shy did what the Shy does. The Akali popping off throughout the game. Unfortunately for Wonder, he never found his footing. Vayne versus Assassin, you can't quite find where your feet should be, you're not going to have a good time.
That's always the thing. It's this balancing point between, oh my god, Vayne top looks OP when you're sitting at 10 CS and the Vayne has this huge lead, right?
Yeah.
But if you're playing against an Assassin and you get that break point of the all-in, being able to go for those kills, we saw over and over the Shy with a ward around the wall or something, going for these, getting the burst damage, finishing up so many of these kills.
And I think that's the nature of a game with Invictus Gaming in it, though. Like, do not despair if it looks like your team just gets smashed by them, because these guys can also look pretty silly with egg on their face if it goes the other way. Because in these tiny micro moments of looking for these outplays, that's where games can be decided when you face someone like Invictus Gaming. So it's going to be a smash one way or the other.
I like that you need to fight fire with fire. Everyone hold out your swords, and then
Everybody line
head
up
into battle.
and run into the dark, but we've got the State Farm Analyst Dash ready to break down IG's win. Take it away, Dash.
Are we ready? Thank you very much, Captain Flowers, and what a win it was. I mean, an absolute slugfest between these two teams, but for it to start so hot in one direction for G2, with 3 kills going over to the jungler that early on, and then for it to all be flipped on its head.
Yeah, I mean, first gank, pretty simple kill he
Easy
picks
peasy.
up. Almost with Ning coming in actually to save the day. And then this one was, I really believed in my prediction.
Fishio, even though we're only going to be watching one of the early replays, how many people from this game joined that naughty list of yours hyped up?
I mean, based on this play, the Shining are definitely still on it. They did, of course, redeem themselves later, but yeah.
Why are you even trying? What are you looking for?
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
I mean, Yanko's
right there.
actually played it very well.
Yeah.
Obviously, on his side, Wonder had, before that, been forced to flash away from the Shy, who was just sitting in the Shroud, just kind of baiting and waiting for Ning as well. And the funny thing is, before that play happened, where Yanko's picked up the 2 kills, we already started to get really scared about the top lane, because every trade was just the Shy, even pre-6, walking forward, getting a couple hits on Wonder, hiding in the Shroud, and then stepping out. And it felt like the Vayne was just going to get pushed further and further back. And we hadn't even hit level 6, which was what we looked at least as kind of the kill moment, or potential kill moment for the Akali. Luckily, Yanko's did by a bit of time, I guess, but shortly after, more kills happened.
I mean, a very peculiar draft, I think, from the get-go here out of the side of G2. And kind of as you mentioned, Deficio, there comes a point in the game when the level 6s come through, and all of a sudden, for IG, it's time to turn it on.
And let the good times roll, exactly, was the kind of back half of the game after the first replay. And the draft was an interesting one because, it was the triple flex. We didn't have any insight onto the Vayne top till we got into game. And again, you just think of the matchup, and yes, Vayne will be a ranged auto attacker against melee Akali, and Akali, the Vayne top is obviously a really big solo queue with high win rate, but level 6 seemed like the break point for this lane to only get better for the Shy, and that proved true in the 1v1. And
Don't group against Rakan.
And then you're spreading your lead on Akali with Gunblade against a Vayne who's still trying to get her items and had to interrupt her build with Hex Drinker. So I'm not really sure on the kind of the justification for the exact lanes, because there were other options open, like the Nico, as we know, could have gone in any of the 3 lanes.
The more secure one for me was going to be Vladimir's top side. But even after the laning phase, what we saw from Rookie rotating to side lane, like a lot of that from like the pressure that Perks and Mickey X were placing towards the bottom side of the map, immediately being pushed back by Rookie. IG were looking for these fights, and we're always in position to just push back G2 that we're turning more and more desperate by the minute.
And we get to see the mechanical skill of so many of the IG players. You know, the Shy and Akali wants to get a few kills. I know Ning had that horrible play on the turret, but otherwise he actually managed to set up a lot of really sick things with Lee Sin. And then the mid lane matchup. We hyped it as potential revenge for Caps. Could this be the time for him to really show that he's improved and he can now match Rookie in the laning phase? He got dumped, like again, in the laning phase itself. And it feels like Caps against IG, something switches off. And then after he goes down in lane,
What aspect of
crazy plays.
What aspect of his game disappears? Just the laning phase itself, or does it feel like there are other elements to his game that go out the window where he would normally be able to extend advantage?
Yeah.
I mean, kind of the term I'm thinking of when I'm trying to conceptualize the same sort of idea you're talking about, Deficio, it's kind of a mental block, because you think about how people approached laning against Rookie at Worlds last year. It was kind of the sort of thing we saw from UCAR, where you just tried to dodge lane with something like an Urgot or a tank matchup and just say, all right, well, I don't want to take the skill matchup. I'm just going to try and kind of grin and bear it through the lane. And Vlad is more on that side of champion than really many of the other picks we usually see from Caps. I know we were thinking we might see, say, a Zed last pick here and try to take it to the Zoe in the 1v1. And that would have been, fire and fire. But the Vlad, in mid lane especially, very grin and bear champion, you kind of need everything around you to go well, and then Vlad kind of stays competitive in CS and is Vlad later. And Vlad can just run at Zoe and kill her at a point, but before that point, too many things went out of control.
If this were a domestic opponent, would he have done this?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a fair question, but I think that, like, for me, looking at this, I think that the Vladimir, to be expected, I expected the Nico going mid, like everyone did at some point. I think going Vlad into this one, it's a very impossible question to ask, but I think that he would have gone towards a more flashier pick.
I don't know. I mean, I think in the draft, I think it made sense what he did. I'm not actually questioning the pick whatsoever on my side. It's like Caps is always a player who plays really to the edge, and sometimes he steps over a little bit, but he ends up often getting out of it in a good way because he's mechanically so good. But against IG, and it was a little bit the same as well, after he falls behind, he still tries to push it, but then the mechanics are not always following against someone like IG. Like he has the tower dive a little bit later against Jaculov where he just dies, These are the kind of things I normally don't see from him. So I'm not blaming the game on Caps or anything. I think the entire team ended up losing this. But it is very interesting just to look at him specifically versus Rookie.
Oh, without a doubt. And I think now we're seeing the example of either way, these unique champion picks that G2 is prone to pick up. They can either be a boon to your performance or they can be of detriment to some degree. As we mentioned, there were other picks available in place of that Vayne in the top lane, in place of the Vladimir, or even the Nico in the bot lane. And so we'll have to see what kind of learnings they take from this game moving forward. But now I want to flip back over to the IG side because we need to give them their just due here in picking up the win over G2 for what was a disastrous to start. And largely, the Shy, who's the card player of the game, was a huge component of this victory overall.
To me, it feels like a double team because like Rookie did have a fantastic game, but then you just start seeing like the Akali run rampant. It was once again a highlight reel bot side when he was able to get the dive. Every single time he looks for, or he's in kill range, he'll just go straight for it. And the red side fight that we saw that was replayed in that game, where he was literally just jumping back and forth, I legitimately thought he would be able to get out of that one scot-free. But of course, Jankos just sees red in his eyes. I love being able to see the Shy play once he's freed out of that lane, because that lane was looking tough. He was getting smacked down, but unfortunately for G2, he was able to start accruing more gold.
Well, in one of the premier battles here on the first day of MSI Group Stage, IG comes out on top. When we return, though, Team Liquid and Feng Vu Buffalo rematch to conclude Day 1. Don't you miss it.
Blocking that shuriken, so they can't do anything else. Ning gonna be tanking the turret aggro here for now. The Shy's gonna be eating the turret shot. Jankos might be able to make it too. Counter initiation comes in. Balon looking to lock down 3 different people. Wonder gonna be taken very low. Balon nearly falls, but Wonder's gonna be taken out next. Mickey X cut to pieces.
The Shy going in on a Wonder.
Oh, this is not where this Vayne wants to find herself. The damage comes through. Cap's gonna be taken very low, nearly taken down. Jankos will be buried in the top lane along next to his friend. IG tries to continue the fight. They are gonna be 4 versus 5, but the Shy goes on a killing spree. It is found! No way! The Shy goes on yet another killing spree. He's able to find himself a double kill. Looking to make it even more, and that is going to be the curtain call for G2.
In America, I'm like an F-tier celebrity, but here I'm like an A-tier celebrity since everywhere I go, there's like fans of Team Liquid or like that recognize me, which I think is kind of crazy just how popular League is here compared to like most countries that you go to. Like the percentage of people who play League and who follow League and like are interested in it are just, it's really insane. Like even in Korea, I'd say it must be smaller than in Vietnam, at least in my experience so far. So I think the country is just really passionate about League. And people are really polite and just very nice and enthusiastic about like meeting us and stuff and having the opportunity.
Sounds like Double F's having a good time in Vietnam. Welcome back, everybody, to the opening day of the MSI group stage, where Team Liquid and home team heroes Phong Vu Buffalo are facing off for the final game of the day. Remember, we already got to see these two teams go head-to-head before in the play-in, knockout, play-off, whatever you want to call them, stages, the best of 5.
Yeah. Oh, do you want to grab it? You're excited? No, he's like...
Somebody get in there.
It was the 3-0, and it was very clean and dominant fashion. Now, the thing is, if you check fan sentiment, community sentiment, it felt like people were a little bit cold on TL, but I'm like, this is this team's playstyle. You may not like it, but this is what peak in a League of Legends looks like. It's not flashy. It is a bit slower. It is a bit more calm, but it was very crisp.
Yeah, and people were complaining about them, you know, being dragged into the PvP style. We just saw them versus Invictus Gaming. You know, all of these kills. Honestly, that was an extremely close game itself. So these players will never give up fighting. I think we heard in the interview afterwards, he was like, they're not afraid to fight. They're also not afraid to die in those fights. Yeah. So they will take a lot of those plays.
And it's not like you could say, hey guys, team out or time out. We don't want to fight you. Like if someone's engaging, like you can't just like walk away from that. You must fight them back.
And for Team Liquid, what this team really wants to do more than anything is look even better than they did in that play-in best of 5. If your fans are saying, oh, well, that wasn't as good enough of a game for us, this is where you can come in and try to shut that up, because in their first game today, Team Liquid looked good.
Yeah, Team Liquid looked extremely good. And in the interview afterwards, Doublelift was also extremely confident, talking about being able to take the entire tournament. Xmithie, I think, is one of the places where we did see a big improvement from play-ins until this group stage today. His jungle pathing was very clean. He controlled so well with that Trundle pick. I myself was not a believer in the early Trundle pick, not seeing a lot of tank stats to steal on the enemy team except for that support Galio, but his pillars were extremely useful and he was able to route around that bottom side.
Now, while Trundle wasn't the big pick that I was looking for TL to pop out, one of the big picks was things like the Kench and the Braum. So I'm actually very pleased to see